You've been lied to. The evanspear hand axe is not the best PvE weapon in Deepwoken anymore after layer 2. Except, when you compare the damage of the evanspear hand axe to every other weapon, it has the highest DPS at first. However, due to a bunch of balance changes over the course of months, people seem to forget the updates and still believe evanspear hand axe is the best weapon for PvE. The best weapon for PvE is actually the Hive Lord hubris, except it actually does less damage than the evanspear hand axe. So let me explain why it is leagues better. Firstly, let's compare the damage between the two. The evanspear hand axe at 100 heavy weapon does 49.1 actual damage plus 14.7 bleed damage, which is in total 63.8 damage. Now, the Hive Lord hubris does 59.2 damage total with no bleed damage, so 4.6 damage less than the evanspear hand axe. Except, what everyone is forgetting is two things. Firstly, you cannot proc speed demon on the evanspear hand axe as bleed does not stack with each other, so speed demon is useless. Speed demon does 30% extra damage, not 10% like people believe, and can be procced with any speed boost, which includes time to go, which would always be active when depths farming. So when you basically have a permanent speed demon with the Hive Lord hubris, your damage goes from 59.2 to 76.96 at basically all times. But some may argue, oh Supa, speed demon isn't procced all the time unless I'm doing hell mode, and in layer 2, it's better to have the evanspear hand axe for the constant bleed damage. And here comes my second point, which is the strongest point in the video. Every single one of you guys are forgetting the update they did on bleed damage. Damage multipliers do not affect bleed damage. That 14.7 extra damage with the evanspear is not affected by any multipliers. So when you add it all up with your usual damage multiplier PvE build, and let's say you have chilling, nullifying clarity, lose your mind, mushroom omelet, and ardor scream, not even including speed demon, it adds up to a passive 62.5% passive damage boost, and with the evanspear, you'd actually be dealing 94.4 damage constantly, while with the Hive Lord hubris, you'd be dealing a whopping 96.2 damage, which is 2 more damage than the evanspear. Except, speed demon is not procced at all in this calculation. So, when you do proc speed demon, your 96.2 damage goes up to 108.2 damage. And yes, I took into account the damage multiplier cap. So, not only is your Hive Lord hubris actually doing more damage passively than the evanspear without speed demon procced, when speed demon is actually procced, it does significantly more. The Hive Lord hubris is a direct upgrade to the evanspear, and yeah, I hope this cleared things up as people still seem to think the evanspear is the best PvE weapon. If you learned something new, please subscribe, and if you do, I'd love you forever. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.